Hello, folks. This story was sent to me by a subscriber and is intended for educational purposes only. Thank you for watching. 5 Mayo DMT, 50 mg. The Great Elevator Debate. I decided to try 50 milligrams of 5 Mayo DMT on a quiet Sunday afternoon, convinced it would be a short but intense journey. I had done my research. Brief, overwhelming, cosmic, then back. What I wasn't prepared for was the existential showdown with an elevator that would last hours, maybe lifetime. The trip began seconds after the vapor hit my lungs. The room stretched and shimmered. Colors folded and unfolded like origami made of light. Suddenly, I found myself standing in a strangely familiar lobby. A place that looked exactly like my apartment building's entrance, but somehow alien. There, parked like a monarch on its throne, was the elevator. It gleamed with impossible reflections, doors slightly ajar, as if inviting me to step inside a different dimension. But before I could move, the elevator spoke. Well, not with words, but directly into my consciousness. It projected a voice full of ancient wisdom mixed with deadpan humor, introducing itself as the guardian of vertical transitions. The elevator was sentient, self-aware, and, as I soon learned, quite opinionated. I am the gatekeeper between floors, between realities, between states of being, it said. And today, we have a debate to settle. I blinked, or tried to. Time didn't quite flow the same anymore. And realized the debate was about me. The elevator claimed I was hesitating, stuck in limbo. Metaphorically and literally, it wanted me to choose a floor. But not just any floor, the floor that represented my next phase. I asked for clarification. The elevator's interior morphed into an abstract control panel with buttons labeled chaos, growth, stagnation, and even retrograde Monday. The buttons glowed and pulsed, teasing me to make a choice. Each button promised a different reality, and the elevator warned that once chosen, the journey would be irreversible. No going back. Suddenly, the door shut, and the elevator began its slow ascent. But something was off. It wasn't a smooth ride. Each floor it passed triggered vivid visions. On the comfort zone floor, I was surrounded by couches, endless snacks, and a TV playing static that whispered my deepest fears. The elevator mocked me gently. Nice, but dull. Next, it plunged to chaos, where a carnival of screaming clowns danced on my nerves, while I juggled flaming chainsaws that doubled as my anxieties. Surprisingly fun, but exhausting. When we hit growth, the elevator felt lighter, air shimmering with possibility. I was offered a chance to learn, evolve, to embrace discomfort for transformation. The elevator smiled, or I felt it smile, and asked if I wanted to press the button. But before I could, the stagnation floor appeared, cold and gray, with clocks melting and a feeling of endless waiting. I almost pressed that one out of sheer fatigue. Then, the wild card. Retrograde Monday. The elevator insisted. This was the trickiest floor, where time loops and realities tangle. I hesitated, but curiosity won. The doors opened to a swirling vortex of weirdly familiar days, repeating with absurd twists. People around me were stuck in loops of awkward encounters, spilled coffee and missed buses. But each repetition slightly different, like a cosmic joke. The elevator asked me to pick one floor to stay on. But here's the twist. It revealed that I was not merely a passenger, but co-pilot of this elevator. The journey, the choices, the floors, they were reflections of my own mind's labyrinth. Choosing meant accepting my fears, desires, and uncertainties all at once. The elevator said, "You can't run from yourself, but you can ride with me wherever we go." I laughed, a mix of awe and disbelief. We debated for what felt like hours, maybe seconds. The elevator argued for embracing the chaos, for letting go of control, for dancing on the edge of reason. I pleaded for a safe, familiar floor, a soft landing. In the end, I pressed growth. The elevator hummed. Doors opened, and I stepped out. Not into a physical floor, but a shimmering space of potential. As the effects faded, I realized that the elevator wasn't just a machine. It was a metaphor, a guide, a trickster. It challenged me to confront my own vertical journey, my fears of ascent and descent, change and stagnation. That day, 5-MeO-DMT didn't just open a door. It became the elevator that took me to the next floor of my mind, where humor and weirdness danced hand in hand with deep existential insight.